You know me.
Jamal Adams to Seattle. So about 25 minutes ago, the Seattle Seahawks traded for Jamal Adams. 2 first-round picks, one for this year, one for next year, a third-round pick for this year, and Bradley McDougald. I don't know how to say the guy's name. I'm going to call him McDonald's. The shift to the NFC West went from me believing the Niners could sweep the whole West. I'm not saying they are, but they could. It's going down to week 17 again. It's coming down to week 17 once again. And I feel that the Jets won this trade. The Jets got 2 first-round picks and basically are saying, we're building for the future. Jamal Adams, you're gone. We want the future. And this makes Houston look even more stupid with the trade they got for Hopkins. Like, look at Houston could have got way more than what the Jets got for Jamal Adams and what they could have got with Hopkins. And now, look at this. He's in Seattle. I have no words right now. I am just mind-boggled. This NFC West is too stacked. Fourth place in the NFC is probably gonna be 6-10, 7-9. Third place is gonna probably be 8-8. First place, Seattle or us is probably gonna be 12-4, 13-3. This is insane. The NFC West has gotten stronger. But I just think Seattle gave up way too much than they usually do. Fuck, I have to focus on the camera. They gave up way too much that they did. Seattle, in my eyes, lost this trade. But we don't know that yet. We have to wait to see what the Jets do with these first-round picks. If the Jets get players drafting with these picks, and these players end up becoming stars, and Jamal Adams is doing what he usually does, I still say the Jets won. But if the Seahawks win a Super Bowl with Jamal Adams on that team, and Jamal Adams does greatly to that defense, then of course Seattle wins. But that's the only way. That is the only way. I went from me saying we have a 60% chance of winning this division to now a 50-50 split between Seattle and us. The Cardinals, again, still are going to decide the fate of the NFC West. And this is scary to say because Seattle, okay, don't get me wrong. Seattle's defense is still weak. I'm not saying they're the weakest. I'm not saying... Hold your shit. It's just the defensive line. The only way I'm going to say Seattle wins this division is if they pick up Clowney. That's the only damn way I'm saying they win this division. Only way. Unless they get more wide receiver help, which they don't need. But they could be the fucking Cowboys and keep on getting wide receiver help. It's dumb. It's not dumb. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated right now because... And I'm happy at the same time because I know that the Niners could have gave up as much as Seattle did, but I'm happy that the Niners didn't because Shanahan and Lynch are really great when it comes to picking players, and I really love that about them because they picked up great players. They picked up Bosa last year. They picked up Bosa, they picked up Debo, they picked up Jalen Hurd, who I still...
Tell them to bring me my money.
We picked up Jalen Hurd. This is all from last year, and I still believe Jalen Hurd is going to be a good pick for us, a great weapon, a great second player for us. And then we picked up... I know they haven't played yet, but I believe that our players from this draft could do well on our scheme, our defense, and our offense. And Seattle, man, all they have is Shaquille Griffin, Bobby Wagner, who's in decline, and they have Jamal Adams now. No first-round picks. They're the Rams, in my eyes. They gave up way too much. to me right now the Jets win, but we don't know for sure until down the line because we don't know what these Jets are gonna do with this pick. But again, you can't just I'm not putting Seattle down. I'm just saying, dude, this is mind-boggling. Seattle has Jamal Adams now, makes their secondary good, but I don't I don't think Dunbar's going to play. Dunbar's gone. I think Dunbar is not going to play a single snap in his NFL career again. It was stupid of him to do that. Witnesses came out again and said he did it. They paid him off, bro. You're out of here, bro. And then now you still got Diggs. Diggs is a tremendous player. Don't get me wrong. And now you got Jamal Adams. Come on now. Come on now. This is insane. I don't know. I don't know what to say about. I don't know. I'm gonna have to delete that prediction video with the Niners because actually the NFC West is coming down to Week 17, and if not, Seattle's winning by at least one game, and it's probably because we lost the Cardinals the week before 17. And honestly, I was also talking to some homies before I was recording this. Seattle's never good when it comes to the second round either way. Sorry for that noise. It was a water bottle. Seattle's never good when it comes to the first round. Not never, but not as good. And they're always good in the second, later rounds. And fuck, dude. And all these other teams, look at. I'm happy that we didn't do this, of course. And I was talking to some Raven friends, some Cowboy friends, and some Eagles friends. They are happy they didn't give up nothing, because Seattle gave up, in my eyes, way too much. Even though he's one of the best safeties in this league, they still gave up way too much for him. Jesus Christ, dude! 2 first-round picks. Now the Jets have 2 first rounds and 2 picks in 2 rounds and 1 round. In each draft for the next 2 years. It's insane. Seattle fans, if you watch this, dude, it's gonna be a hell of a battle for that crown for the NFC West. And it feels like something in the air is happening. It feels that like we're going back. The future and the past is mixing together, and the past and the future. It feels like the rivalries are returning. Rivalries are getting back. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I feel that we are gonna have a rebirth of the early 2010 rivalry with Seattle and the Niners is gonna be rebirthed in this 2000 era, this 2020 era. Because now, with Jamal Adams being in the Seattle uniform, this NFC West is gonna be dangerous. Fuck, the Cardinals are gonna be great down the line too. We can't forget about the Cardinals. They got Hopkins, and they got a good young linebacker in Isaiah Simmons, man. And then the Rams, if they somehow get first-round picks again, I can see them contending again for that first seed. And then those rookie two-headed monsters they got, Jesus Christ. But the Rams are still at the bottom for me in my predictions, in the 4th place in the NFC West. But this is insane. This is absolutely insane. And look at, what if Seattle doesn't make the playoffs? Let's just say Seattle misses the playoffs this year. Like out of nowhere, the Cardinals somehow do great and beat Seattle, and they get they get 2nd place. And the Seahawks get like 3rd place. They finish 8-8, 9-7. I'm not saying they are, but let's just say that the Jets are winning in this situation. If they do that for the first half of the year, for the first bait of that trade, because they get probably too early, a 15-round pick and lower. Because I don't think the Jets are probably gonna get like a top 5 pick, and they're probably gonna get a top 15, top 20 pick with Seattle if that were to happen. But I don't think Seattle is. I think Seattle's probably gonna get. I feel like Seattle, if they don't, fuck man, if Seattle doesn't if Seattle does good, they get second place. I think if Seattle gets second place and first place in each of these 2 years, and they make a good run, the Jets lose this trade. Or if they win the Super Bowl, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane, and I had to now. I'm more worried about a season than I ever had. Last year, I was having basically a heart attack for the last 5 games, and now I'm gonna have a heart attack every week, knowing that I had to face Jamal Adams, week 7. No, yeah, week 8 or 9. I don't remember, and then we had to play them week 17. It's gonna be a fight for the division, and this division is getting stronger and stronger. We could also. And with that 7th seed, we could be the first division to get all teams in the division to go to the playoffs. It's possible now. The Rams could get the 7th seed, the Cardinals can get the 6th, Seattle could get the 5th, and then we get the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, or 4th. It's absolutely insane, dude. It's insane because this is Jamal Adams is a hybrid. He's a tackling, heavy hitting machine who could play the zone, who could play the man. This kid is insane. Dude. He's not fat. He's not one of the fastest, but how it's like he's not fast, but when he hits, it's like if he's coming in full speed. And damn, man. But again, back to my other point in the beginning, Seattle has a below average defensive line. And with that, if we know Jamal Adams, Griffin, and Bobby, the declining Bobby Wagner's back there, all we had to do was just do what we usually do and run the fucking ball. That's about it. And I'm scared. I'm more scared than I ever have, but I am happy we didn't trade anything. We didn't give up anything, because it's just that we probably would have given up players and draft picks more than what Seattle would have. I feel like if we were to trade, I want to know what we offered them. We probably offered them Dante Pettis, Solomon Thomas, and probably a 1st and a 2nd for next year. That's way too much. And Seattle gave up way too much too. So I'm happy I didn't do anything, or that the Niners didn't give up anything. I'm happy that my Cowboy friends are happy. I'm happy that all the Raven fans are happy they didn't give up anything. And I'm happy because our safeties are good. Our safeties are underrated. Our strong safety is underrated. Jaquiski Tartt is really underrated. He's a great hitter. He just got paid this off season. And he's underrated. And I feel that he's not as good, but he could be as good as Jamal Adams one day. And no, I scratch that. He's great. He's great in our scheme. He's not Jamal Adams. I'm not going to say he's Jamal Adams. I scratched that. But he's good enough for us, and that's what we need. He is great in our scheme and our defense. It's tough because now Seattle knows they're going to have to go for defensive line, and that's going to put them in more cap space. And Eagles fans know, if they were to get Jamal Adams, they would have been in negative cap space. They would have been so far back in cap space. It is insane. Cowboy fans, a bunch of my Cowboy fans know. They're happy with it. They're happy they didn't give up anything. They were saying, screw that, 2 first-round picks for Jamal Adams. I'm fine without that. I am too. Guys, that's about it. That was my rant. I just wanted to speak my mind about this situation, how how I feel how it's going to impact the NFC West and how it's going to impact the NFC. And I didn't speak about the NFC, but it's going to impact the NFC in a major way. Towards these passing teams in the NFC, like the Packers, you could say the Bucks, but we don't know. We don't know really much about the Bucks. The Saints. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, guys, this is Isaiah Faithful. This is another video. I will be back tomorrow with another video, probably talking again about the Jamal Adams trade, how it'll impact the whole NFL, or I'll talk more baseball, more basketball. We'll see tomorrow. Well, this is Isaiah tuning out. Peace. Love you all. Goodbye.